A storm is coming to the world of Bridgerton. A storm made of love, secrets, and the truth no one is ready to face. In part 2, every whispered rumor and every hidden feeling begins to rise to the surface. And nothing will stay quiet for long. The screen opens with quick flashes of London's grand ballrooms lit by golden chandeliers. The music swells, then cuts sharply as we see Penelope standing alone, her expression a mix of fear and hope. A voice speaks over the scene, steady and dramatic. When the season's brightest promises begin to crumble, the truth becomes impossible to ignore. A slow-motion clip shows Colin stepping forward, his eyes searching for answers he hasn't yet asked for. The frame shifts to the Featherington home, where candles flicker as though they sense the trouble ahead. Every corner of the ton feels tense, as if the city itself holds its breath for what comes next. The pace quickens. Carriages race through foggy streets. Gloves tighten. Fans snap shut. A whispered warning echoes. In part 2 of Bridgerton Season 3, love must battle the weight of secrets. We see a glimpse of a letter slipping from someone's hand, a clue, a threat, or perhaps a confession. Then, as the music rises, the camera sweeps across the ballroom, where couples spin in perfect rhythm, unaware that their perfect world is about to tilt. Penelope's face returns to the frame. Her eyes flicker with something unspoken, fear of losing everything, or the courage to finally reveal her truth. Behind her, the lights blur into gold, like a dream slipping away. The voice continues. Every choice has a cost. Every secret demands to be heard. And the time for hiding is nearly over. The section ends with a final, breath-stealing image. Colin, turning sharply, as if he's just discovered something that changes everything. Shadows stretch across the edges of the ballroom as the music softens, almost as if the world itself senses that something delicate is about to break. Penelope moves through the crowd with a quiet grace, yet every step feels heavier than the last. She tries to smile, tries to blend in, but her thoughts race faster than her feet. Behind every polite nod and gentle curtsy, she hides a truth that grows harder to carry. Across the room, Colin watches her with a look he cannot explain. There is curiosity in his eyes, but also confusion, like a man standing at the edge of a road he's walked 1,000 times, suddenly unsure where it leads. He sees change in Penelope, a spark he missed before, and it unsettles him more than he wants to admit. The camera lingers on him for a moment, letting the audience feel that tension building quietly beneath his calm exterior. Outside, the lanterns flicker in the cool evening air as whispers ripple through the ton. Rumors travel faster than the carriages that carry them, each story growing bigger with every retelling. Someone laughs too loudly. Someone else turns their head too quickly. The air is thick with curiosity, and beneath it, fear. Everyone senses that a reveal is coming, though no one knows what shape it will take. Penelope pauses near the balcony, the soft light brushing her face. Her fingers grip the railing as she struggles between two worlds, the safety of silence and the danger of truth. The wind catches the edge of her gown, almost urging her to step forward, to choose a path at last. The voiceover cuts through the moment, deep and steady. The past has a way of chasing those who run from it. And in this season, secrets begin to chase faster than ever before. In the distance, London glows peacefully, unaware that in this very moment, the entire course of Colin and Penelope's story is shifting quietly. But unmistakably, a sudden hush falls over the scene, as if the world has paused just long enough for hearts to speak louder than words. Penelope stands in the center of her room, surrounded by unfinished letters, each one a reminder of a double life she never meant to build. The candle light trembles beside her, the flame wavering like her resolve. She reaches for a sheet of paper, but stops midway, her hand frozen by fear and longing tangled together. The silence in the room is heavy, almost too heavy to breathe through. Meanwhile, Colin walks along the quiet gardens outside, the moonlight carving soft lines across his troubled expression. He is a man wrestling with questions he never planned to ask. Every memory of Penelope now feels different, brighter, sharper, impossible to ignore. His steps slow as he realizes that the steady world he once knew has shifted under his feet. A single breath escapes him, half confession, half regret. He has no answers yet, only the growing pull of something he can no longer deny. Back inside, Penelope catches her reflection in a mirror. For a moment, she does not see the wallflower she once was. Instead, she sees a woman caught between love and truth, between the life she dreams of and the one she has already built in secret. Her eyes soften, not with weakness, but with a courage she barely recognizes. She knows that soon, everything she has hidden will find a way into the light whether she is ready or not. A soft knock breaks the quiet. Penelope startles, her heart leaping as though it already knows who waits on the other side. The air tightens, filled with all the words she has never said. The voiceover returns, low and haunting, when honesty demands to be heard. Even the strongest walls begin to crack. The camera moves slowly toward the door, letting the tension stretch, letting the audience feel the edge of the moment. Because behind that door, a truth is waiting, and this time, it refuses to be kept silent. The night deepens, and with it comes a tension so sharp it feels like the air could split in two. The door opens slowly, revealing Colin standing in the hallway, his face lit by a single drifting lantern. He doesn't speak at first, he simply looks at Penelope, and in that look is a storm he can no longer hide. His breath is unsteady, as though the truth he carries has grown too heavy to hold inside any longer. Penelope steps back, startled by the emotion in his eyes. For a heartbeat, neither of them moves. The world outside continues, carriages roll by, distant laughter echoes from the ballroom, but here, in this quiet space, everything else falls away. Their silence says more than words ever could. It is the kind of silence that pulls two people together even as it threatens to break them apart. Colin finally speaks, his voice low and searching. He asks questions he's been afraid to face, questions about trust, about loyalty, about the strange mix of hurt and tenderness he feels. Penelope listens, every word slicing through the walls she has spent years building. She wants to answer, but where could she even begin? Her secrets line the room like shadows, each one waiting for its turn to step forward. Her hands tremble at her sides. She knows the truth is coming, whether she invites it or not. The weight of her double life presses against her chest, pushing the moment closer to the edge. She looks at Colin and sees a man caught between heartbreak and hope, unsure which will claim him first. The glittering world of the ton may care only for gossip. But right here, it is raw emotion that rules. The voiceover breaks through the rising chaos. Steady and sharp, when the truth finally knocks. No heart escapes unchanged. The camera closes in on Penelope's face as she draws a breath that feels like a final step toward fate. Outside the window, lightning flashes in the sky, as if the heavens themselves are bracing for what is about to be revealed. And in that split second, just before she speaks, everything hangs in perfect, trembling stillness, proof that the greatest turning points are born from the quietest moments. The night air tightens around the Bridgerton estate as if the sky itself senses what is about to happen. Lanterns sway in the breeze, their light trembling like the secrets trembling on the edge of exposure. Inside the ballroom, the music crashes into a bold crescendo just as Penelope steps forward, her breath shallow, her resolve sharp as glass. She is done running. She is done hiding. For the first time, she carries herself not with fear but with the fragile strength of someone ready to face the storm she created. Colin enters moments later, the crowd parting around him like waves pulled by a changing tide. His eyes lock onto Penelope with a force that stops everything in place. Every whisper fades, every gaze turns. There is no more denying the truth pushing its way between them. He walks toward her, slowly at first, then faster as though the space between them has become unbearable. Penelope's fingers twist together, her heartbeat pounding in her ears. She knows this is the moment the world can shift either toward ruin or toward something she never dared imagine. The weight of Lady Whistledown presses against her chest like a second heartbeat, a truth she must protect or reveal. The silence stretches, thin, tightening, until it feels like it might snap. Colin stops just inches from her, not with anger, not with confusion, but with a hurt curiosity that digs deeper than any question he has ever asked. His voice is quiet, nearly drowned by the orchestra, yet it strikes straight through her. There is something you're not telling me, and I need to know why. The camera drifts around them, capturing every shift in breath, every flicker in their eyes. Penelope's lips part, but nothing comes out. The truth rises inside her, heavy and demanding, pressing to be spoken. The world holds still, every face, every candle, every whisper waiting to see what she will choose. The voiceover cuts in, low and electric. A gust of wind bursts through an open window, sending letters scattering across the floor. Lady Whistledown's words, exposed at last. The ballroom gasps. Colin's eyes widen, and Penelope realizes the moment she feared most has finally arrived. The room freezes as the fallen letters settle across the marble floor like scattered confessions. Not a single fan flutters. Not a single whisper rises. Every eye in the ballroom turns to Penelope, but she feels only one gaze, the one that matters most. Colin's. His expression is not anger, not shock alone, but something far more piercing. The weight of understanding crashing into him all at once. Penelope lifts her chin, though her hands tremble at her sides. For the first time, she stands without a mask, without the soft shadows she once hid behind. The truth hangs between them like a fragile thread, waiting to snap or be held tight. Her voice finally breaks through the silence, soft but steady. I never meant for it to go this far. The words fall into the stillness, gentle but undeniable. She does not explain who she is not yet. She does not name Lady Whistledown. She doesn't have to. The truth is already alive in the room, breathing through every shocked stare. Colin steps closer, the crowd fading behind him. He looks at Penelope not as the friend he once overlooked, nor the woman he recently began to admire, but as someone entirely new, someone who has shaped the whispers of London while standing just beside him. His voice carries a quiet ache. You should have trusted me. The moment fractures something between them, yet it also begins to build something new. Something unsteady, complicated, but real. The orchestra resumes softly, almost as if trying to cover the tension with elegance. But nothing can hide the shift. The tune buzzes with a new electricity, fear for some, fascination for others. Even the shadows in the corners seem to lean closer, eager for what comes next. Penelope takes a slow breath, her shoulders lowering as though releasing years of secrets. She knows the consequences will come. She knows the whispers will spread faster than ever before. But she also knows this: the truth, once freed, cannot be silenced again. The camera pulls back, revealing the entire ballroom caught in the moment, every force of love, betrayal, courage, and change colliding in one breathless instant. The voiceover returns, calm and powerful. What follows, a truth revealed, is not the end, but the beginning of a story rewritten. The screen fades to a slow, glowing gold as the ballroom scene dissolves into a swirl of candlelight and rising music. What was once chaos now settles into a powerful stillness, a moment suspended between everything that has broken and everything still waiting to be rebuilt. Penelope stands alone at the edge of the dance floor, the warmth of the chandeliers softening the pain in her eyes. She is no longer the unnoticed girl in the corner. She is a woman standing in the full light of her truth, and though the path ahead is uncertain, her resolve has never been clearer. Colin turns away for a moment, fighting the storm inside him. His breath is unsteady, his thoughts louder than the orchestra swelling behind them. But even as he struggles, something draws him back, a tether he cannot sever, even now. His gaze finds Penelope again, and in that look, the audience feels it. The story between them is far from over. Whether it heals or burns or transforms into something new, that is the question that will drive part 2 forward. The scene shifts. London's skyline appears under a velvety night sky, lanterns glowing along the river like scattered pieces of hope. A whisper of Lady Whistledown echoes faintly, not in words, but in presence, her influence still alive, still powerful, still ready to stir the tune once more. The tension of what comes next hangs in the air like a promise. Then, the voiceover breaks through, steady, dramatic, unforgettable. In part 2, love is tested, alliances crumble, and the truth reshapes every heart it touches. Quick flashes burst across the screen, a door slamming in the rain, a hand reaching for another, then pulling back. Penelope stepping into a carriage, tears glinting in her eyes. Colin riding through the early morning fog, a ballroom shattering into conflict. And finally, 2 silhouettes facing each other in the half-light, as if destiny itself is holding its breath. The music swells to its peak. A title card slams into view with a dramatic blow. Bridgerton Season 3, Part 2, a beat of silence. Then the familiar Netflix tone echoes like a final heartbeat, only on Netflix, and the screen fades to black, leaving the audience craving the next moment, the next secret, the next chapter of a love story rewritten.